It's a box of 20 rounds. Ooh. So 7 are missing and 2 were used last night. There are 4 left in the gun as we saw earlier. If 2 were used last night, there's still 1 accounted for. Was that used on some other day? Well, no, we don't think so, do we? Sure, there's something we can look at here. Is that just to talk to him? Not very professional. I hope they know what they're doing. They're just telling they're taking a million pictures over and over again. Okay. Shall we proceed? Yes, I want to talk to the neighbour. Alright, let's have a chat with Mr. Willis outside. Okay, Mr. Willis is the neighbour. I'm really enjoying this game. I love like trying to work out clues and stuff. Oh, the rain has finally stopped. Nice. Is she holding coffee? I will take that. Let's get the coffee and put the cigarette out. Thank you. Give me the coffee. This is Mr. Of course you're in your dressing gown and flip-flops. Why wouldn't you be? He lives right there, next door. Coffee detective? Oh, yes. You can ask him any questions you may have about last night. Right. Can you tell me everything that you saw or heard during last night's events? Well, see, I headed off to bed around 11 p.m. I usually do after a glass of whiskey. Helps me sleep, you know. Anyway, somewhere around 12:15 a.m, I'd say, I was woken up by a loud bang. So you might have heard some more while you were still asleep. Maybe. I ran to my bedroom window. Oh, sorry, I ran to my bedroom window that looks straight down at their place. Okay, I'm gonna write everything down. And what did you see? Nothing. The kitchen lights are on, but that's about it. I went to my phone and called Lieutenant Watts here straight away. So you called the cops just because you heard a loud bang? Okay, let's just ask all the questions. How long did it take you to get to the window? About a couple of seconds, detective. Not more than 5, I'd say. I nearly fell out of bed when I heard the shot, so you might say I was halfway there already. I guess, yeah, you can tell him what a gunshot is, right? Did you see anyone else at all? No, detective. Everything was exactly the same as always. You heard 1 gunshot. Yep, the whiskey usually knocks me out pretty good. So if there'd been more than 1, I didn't hear them, see? Okay, move on to other questions. Oh no, wait. Do you live alone, Mr. Willis? Yes, I do. Never got married. It's a long story. Could be something to do with the dressing gown in the middle of the day. One meant to be talked over a couple of whiskies, know what I mean? Seems like it's whiskey quite a lot. Can anyone confirm your whereabouts? No, I was just at home, you see. Am I a suspect? It's procedure, Mr. I know Mr. Willis, he's cool. Let's just ignore that. Okay. Did Chris and Diane have many visitors? No, not at all, in fact. In all this time, I only maybe saw Jack coming over to fix their car. And Father Smith came over a couple of times when they'd newly moved in, a year back almost. Nah, people rarely have visited them, because they mostly keep to themselves, see. Never made any friends here. But sometimes folk don't like those kinds either, so I can't really say, know what I mean? No, I don't actually. You won't find anyone crying over their deaths here. Nobody really knew. It keeps lagging out. Nobody really knew him. They never got out much. How do you know? Like, do you just sit at your window all day? Like, I don't know when my neighbours come and go, or if they have visitors or not. Jeez. Any other information? I don't know if this is useful, but you might have heard about Chris and Diane. They looked pretty happy when they first moved in. More recently though, I heard Diane crying a couple of times, usually late at night. See, the whiskey's knocked me out early, so maybe that's why I never heard all this before. But a couple of times I was up a little later. One night, about a month ago, I heard pretty bad things. There were some loud sounds, like stuff being flung around and such, see. I heard someone crying. I was thinking to myself that maybe I should call the police, but then it quietened down all of a sudden. We never received any calls for domestic violence, but people have often talked stories. Can you remember when you heard this, Mr. Willis? Well, I was up late at night Writing an important letter. I think it must have been somewhere between the 1st to 3rd last month. Alright, anything else? Nope, that's all I know. Right, thanks for your help. We'll be in touch if we need anything else. No problem. And thanks for the coffee. He's probably put whiskey in his, so you know. Right. Well, I think that's cleared up a lot of things. What? It's cleared up nothing. It has? Oh, come on, detective. You're supposed to be good at these things, aren't you? Mr. Willis didn't see anything outside the house after the gunshots, and there was no signs of forced entry either. Yes, but Mr. Willis had already had something to drink, so maybe he wasn't seeing the full picture. On top of that, considering how rough things were between the two of them, you heard what Mr. Willis said. That doesn't prove anything. The state of their relationship could be relevant, or it might have nothing to do with the case. Exactly. We still need evidence to prove it either way. As for not spotting anyone outside the house, we can't just rely on one witness. That's true. A witness that was asleep. Oh, I kind of missed that bit. Well, what about the door, huh? How was it locked from the inside? Explain that. I checked the door. It locks itself from the inside when you pull it closed. Oh, okay. So the door locks by itself, regardless of whether you pull it from the outside or not. Yes, speechless, aren't you? I'm not saying that's what happened. I'm just saying there's no conclusive evidence yet. Well, fine then. Dig as deep as you'd like, detective. You won't find anything new here. They're all trying to hide something. They're all in on this. I was perfectly capable of handling this case myself, but of course the head department had to complicate things. We're trying to find out if you've got a murder in your town, okay? Gosh. In any case, Sheriff Harris will probably want to wrap up this case before the festival. Yeah. I have to head to the station now. Officer, escort Detective Anderson to his hotel. We're still looking for clues. No, we didn't check the footprints. Or we're waiting for... maybe we're waiting for the ballistic reports and stuff like that. Fingerprint reports. Well, we'll come back in the evening to search the house. Letters, diary, things of that sort. Alright. When can we expect the autopsy results? Day after tomorrow, according to the coroner. A coroner, but I'll confirm to let you know. I'm guessing there was more than 2 bullets shot last night. Yep. We should take another look around the kitchen to make sure. 3 bullets? But, We're actually glad that you're here, you know. Although the sheriff and Lieutenant Watts would rather not admit it. Even to themselves. This is like the first murder here in the last 100 years or so. We have no idea how to deal with it. I mean, yeah, it's alright. I know what you mean. I just joined the force a month back, for instance. And a murder already. I'm not sure if I'm ready. I kind of knew them, you could say. I've never known anyone that's been murdered before, you know. It's kind of weird. A bit sad. I know as an officer I'm not supposed to feel that way and all. You'll be fine. Give it time. Thanks, detective. That means a lot. Okay, tell me about Chris and Diane. It's mostly what Mr. Willis said earlier. Nobody knew them really. They came in here, kept to themselves. You'd hear stories about them. Everyone thought there was some kind of weirdos. I admit I kind of agreed with that too. I feel bad about it now. It's no reason to make assumptions about people's characters, and character can't be used as evidence. So I'd really like to help you figure out what their real story is, whatever it may be. Okay, she seems quite helpful. The sheriff said there's a festival in town. What's that about? Oh, it's an annual thing. We have it every October. There's a fair on the market street, there's food, rides. We've got a lot of tourists from nearby states around that time. It's a good source of revenue. Okay, so if the festival's happening next week, would people have arrived already? I don't know. Possible. That, of course, is less important in the light of recent events. Good to hear you say that. So she's useful. We can't go around trying to write up cases based on our assumptions. I can't say that. I mean, these were people's lives that ended, and it's our job to figure out what really happened. Yes. So I guess what I'm saying is, you can count on me during this investigation. That's good to know. Thanks. Okay, let's end dialogue and get to this hotel. I'm hoping the local police will let me do the job I've been sent to do, though. I don't mean you. Detective, I know what you mean. Honestly speaking. She doesn't like the sheriff. I'm serious. He doesn't care about anything except running off home and taking it easy. This case probably ruined his plans to relax and enjoy the festival. I hate people like that. I mean, yeah, if you're going to be a cop, you're going to have to worry about the job, not just worry about sitting around. Lieutenant Watts, though, is really sweet. Oh my god. What? Did we just kill someone? Ooh, no. Who the hell was that?